Little rain shower means it's time to try to light the fire again. So last time it was pouring down rain. I'm gonna start the machine up. I got a couple pallets on the truck there, some really dry wood. So I'm hoping I can crunch those up and make a little spot here under this pile and get a little hot spot started and let that burn down. At least it's kind of foggy this morning, and well, I think the smoke will probably lay down, but at least you won't be able to see it quite as bad. Let's see how that goes. So I crunched those pallets up and set that on fire. I kind of had a little bit of a fail there. I should have had the camera rolling. I had probably 2 gallons of used oil in that bucket with a lid on it, and probably 1.5 gallons of diesel fuel. And on about the 10th splosh out of the top, the whole top come off and ended up in the fire. So hopefully that catches up, because there's only about 1 quart of accelerant left. It's amazing how much just waiting the extra week burning does. That's literally catching right up. And a week ago I was trying to start it and just having no good luck at all. That's actually going to burn pretty good now. Gotta get that pile burnt and all of this right here. I'm gonna let this fire catch up, and then I'm going to go over there to where the other 220 is, which is right down the road, and get a little fire going over there, and then kind of work in between these two. I've got another burn pile. God, it's been probably piled up for a year or so, maybe over a year. Right over there, I'm going to set on fire and just let it burn what it's going to burn. Clean up it. It's just the common trash pile for the farm, where everything that can be burnt just kind of ends up there. It's not a huge pile by no means, but just where some junk ends up at. So I think this is going to go pretty good right here. It looks like it's getting pretty hot in there. Oh yeah, that's going to burn good. I better move this bucket. Oh no. Well, I guess that'll be alright too. I don't want my bucket to melt. I've still got some oil in it. Normally this hardwood tree debris burns pretty good, because it's pretty dry this time of year. And unlike the pine trees, you know, it doesn't have all those green needles to try to burn. On there and get a couple more grapple fulls and see if I can't go over there and start the other burn pile up. Let this one get burning down pretty good. Get a good hot spot in here and just keep going back between the two. I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. I think I'm going to get me a new diesel fuel bucket though. much on the top coming off when I'm sitting there sloshing it on there. So what little bit of smoke there is going up in the air, so it should be good. I'm getting rid of some of that brush there. Fire seems to be doing good. I'm gonna get my gloves out. Left my gloves in here. I just texted the fire chief to tell him that I was going to be burning. Somebody freaks out with some smoke. It's all good in the neighborhood. Shut that up. And let's go check the fire out. It's burning pretty hot there. Yeah, I'll let that burn down. I'm gonna go over there and see if I can't get that other pile started where the other 220 is, the new one. And of course I'm not gonna have a fire near this big over there. I'm just gonna try to do 8 or 10 grapplefuls at a time just to kind of slowly burn it down. But if it's like that, that won't be that bad. That'll burn down pretty nice. I'm gonna dig a hole for it. The reason I didn't dig a hole right here is because this is where my pond dam's gonna go, and that's the last thing you want buried in the ground is ashes, or anything really. All right, let's go see how that goes. And we'll let that burn for a little while. That should burn down really good there. I spent the last 20 minutes with the leaf blower and a stick trying to get the leaves out of the turntable of the machine there, just to make sure there's no embers down in there. When it was parked over there under those oak trees, it filled up the whole center of that thing with leaves, just trying to get that stuff out to do a little fire prevention. Yeah, I think that's gonna burn down good. 3 pallets, a cardboard box, and a 5-gallon bucket. Let's see if we can go get a fire started. I'm gonna start by digging a hole right here to put the brush in. I don't know how deep I can go before it starts filling up with water, but once I start seeing that sign, I will probably stop digging, which is probably going to be about another 18 inches to 2 feet, because then I should be the level of the pond, if not below it. But this is that weird dirt. It's all like pure white sand almost, but it's got a lot of, it's like a sand clay, if that makes sense. But that's what I spread out, and that is the grass that's growing in it, which is weird because I don't have any of this on my farm, and I'm literally 2,000 feet away. We have a lot of different types of soil in this area. I mean, you see how black the topsoil is, and that's exactly what I got over there on the farm as well. But then you get into this just pure white dirt. And it's hard too. Literally, the machine is kind of struggling to dig it. And I think that's why everything stays so wet, is it won't allow water through it, which is weird for sand. Very often you see this type of dirt. Like I said, the machine, that's giving it all it's got, trying to dig it. Luckily I don't see any water yet, so that's a good sign. So I can get a fire started, and it really won't matter too much then. Alright, let me dig this a little bit deeper and wider, and then I'm going to go ahead and put some of that those birch trees in here and my pallets. See if I can't get a little fire started. It looks like the fire is going to get started, hopefully pretty good. I did dig up one fat lighter stump yesterday, and I'm going to go ahead and lay that on here on top of these pallets. See if that won't get burning pretty good. Well, not exactly where I wanted it to lay. There, nope. Nope. Not playing nice, are you, stump? There we go. Now you're in the pile. That thing should just be like a huge fire starter log. Nothing but turpentine, so it ought to catch up pretty good. I got all my pine right here. I'm going to try to hold off on that for a little bit. Use the hardwood to get the fire started with. This stuff is relatively dry. Well, you saw the dust come out of it, so it's drier than anything else I have to burn. Ooh, I want those dry branches right there. I want that one to put on top of what I just put in there. There we go. That will get burned. See the dust coming out of it? It's dry. It's the dry of anything that's here. And then I probably need to start putting some pine on there because that's really all I have left. So my pile, as hard as it is for me to do this, that's about as big as my pile is going to be. Just trying to keep it small and concentrated and not too big of a nuisance on New Year's Eve here. Once that gets burning real hot, it shouldn't smoke too much. Sizzling. Hardwood stuff, and then I'll probably start grabbing some of that pine, and once that catches up pretty good, start sprinkling that on there. And then I'll put a few stumps and logs on it, let that burn down. I'll go back, probably need to go back now. It's been 45 minutes and restack mine. I got that little pile I'm going to set on fire, and just have a fire-filled day. Is that gonna grab? I got it. Like it's getting pretty toasty there. I like it. Put these couple bigger logs on it, and I'm gonna get a grapple full of that pine, put that on it, and then just let it burn down for a little bit. Nice and toasty. I may put those logs on there too, so they'll get to burning. I don't know what I'm going to do with this stuff. These freaking stumps ain't never going to burn. I guess if I go ahead and lay that on there, it'll start the process. I wonder if I can break that in half. The old Volvo got the power to break that in half. It does. Oh yeah, that That fat lighter got her going, buddy. I can feel the heat coming off of that now. Alright, let me get a little bit of that pine and go ahead. I need to really start putting that on there. Getting rid of that. I know that's going to take longer than anything else to burn it. Unfortunately, that's the crap that smokes. I'll lay this beside the pile and just put a little bit on there at a time, I guess. See what it'll do. Alright, I'm going to let that burn down and I'll be back. So just got those stumps there and that pile and about 4 grapplefuls right there left. So that seems to be catching up pretty good, so I'm happy with that. I'll stack some stuff up right here. Maybe it'll get a little bit of heat in it and dry it out a little bit more. It won't hurt anything. Threw some stumps and logs in there. So that hole's probably about 5 to 6 feet deep, and it's probably 12 feet tall, so a little small fire. Smoke doesn't really seem to be bothering anything, so it's nice and hot. I'll let that burn down for about an hour. Go stack up my fire and come back and lay some more on it. Coming back over here to check on my burn pile now. Looks like it's caught up pretty good. I'm gonna get a couple more grapplefuls of that and go over there and push that up. The only problem is the wind's blowing directly where I got a track, so I'll throw a little bit on it there and restack it and just keep flip-flopping between both job sites. Well, I don't know if this is really a job site. I guess it is. It's my job site. So my burn pile is burning absolutely phenomenal now. Nice and hot, not much smoke, just doing dandy. I'm gonna throw a couple more grapplefuls on it. I'm gonna go over there and light my other trash pile that's been sitting for a year. And then probably go back over there and stack up the clearing from yesterday. Get it burning a little better. This fire is actually starting to spread through the pile now, so that's good. Most of this was all hardwoods, and it tends to burn better this time of the year than anything else because there's no leaves on everything. This has been down for about 3 weeks now, so it's pretty dried out, and there was already some dead stuff in there, so that really helps as well. If I was smart, I probably should have drove the well, I couldn't really push it, everything's laying in that way. It would have been nice not to have to track all this. Can't have everything. Oh no. Lost one. So the wind is blowing back this way, so I don't really care how big this fire gets because it's blowing for the next half mile over on my land. It'd be nice to get all this burned up today. That'll pretty well finish. I need to get that fire off my head. That'll pretty well take care of the clearing on this side of the farm or fence for the pond, and I can go over there and start working on that side. Go over here to my pile now. Got a big area burn out, and we'll get on the upwind side of it. Oh yeah, look at that. It's burning nice. Hole out there in it. Take all this stuff from along the edges and pile it on top of it, as it is nice and dry from sitting here burning. Should get back going really well. Trying to get the pile a little farther away from these trees right here, so that's why I'm going to kind of keep restacking it into itself, not move it over top of the fire here. One big log that's not burning half. Always one big log. Let's see if it'll burn somewhat. Let's just leave that right there for now. Kind of need the fire on that side of the pile, but this was the best spot to light it, and that's where I lit it. So I'll end up having to grab this stuff and lay it over onto it, but it'll burn down. That little stuff will burn up in no time. Let it burn. Now that one's cooking. I'm gonna let that burn down real well. I got maybe 5 or 6 more grapplefuls over there, but rain is almost here. I'm gonna go push up the little pile again with the backhoe and go back over there, stack the fire up beside the pond, and see what the weather does. So that pile burnt down pretty good. I just threw about 5 or 6 more grapplefuls on it. I'm gonna let that catch up and then grab some more from that pile and stack it on there. Just been kind of putting the brush out around it, so maybe some of the radiant heat will kind of dry it out a little bit, get some of the moisture off of it. Piles are getting smaller. Not much left up here. Fair amount right there though. All that'll burn up in no time. I'm just saving that to keep all this pine burning. Put all those big stumps in there so they'll cook on down. I'm gonna run back over to my house and stack that up. I've actually got 2 burning at my house now. And yeah, let that burn down and come back over here in about an hour and throw some more on there. So this is, smoke's going just perfect. The ashes are blowing directly over the pond, so it's gonna make that nasty looking, but it's best if, I mean, all this is wet and it's about to rain here pretty good soon, so yeah, that'll be good. All right, let's go check out my mess at the house. Oh, got the backhoe out. Gonna be a good day now. And broke the backhoe out of retirement. No, I actually got the 4-wheel drive fixed in it 2 or 3 weeks ago. And yeah, it's good to go now. It ended up being a solenoid gone bad. I'm just gonna run this over here and push the pile up real quick with it. And get down there and stack up my big burn pile. Looks like rain should be here in about an hour. So this stuff's been sitting here for a year, so it didn't take too much to get it burning down. Let's push this up with the backhoe. Down to about 3 more grapple-fulls of stuff left up the trail, and then everything else is in the burn pile here or beside it. So I'm very excited about that. The fire's been burning for almost 5 hours now, and I've really burnt a lot, considering no bigger than the fire is. Just been trying to do just a little small fire here. Nothing too crazy, but it's a hot fire. I don't know what is in those birch trees, but it really gets the fire burning good. Must be some sort of sap or something. They burn a lot better than the pine trees do. Trying to put them a little bit here and there on there. And I'll get a couple grapple pulls and bring down here. Throw a couple more little pitches on there. So far, so good. I probably don't need to put any more on there.
path is not holding up very good right here at all. Like I said, luckily I don't have much left to get. I'll dig a hole right there and bury that stuff. Use the dirt to fix the path. It's a grapple full of hardwood stuff. That'll burn pretty good. I know it'll burn up really quickly, just in case I need some more of it for the fire. The good thing is everything's wet enough I can just pile it up right beside it and it won't spread over to it. That old junk right there, I'm just going to put that in a hole. I need all the dirt I can get to kind of raise this road up some. About a dump truck load's worth of dirt. And then, like I said, whatever's left on that after I backfill the house and everything, next spring when this stuff dries out, I'll bring what's left of that dirt down here, grade it around, spread everything out, make everything nice and pretty. Right now is not the time to be trying to do any grading. It's just wet, very wet. Fire right there is hot. I got those great big logs in there, so that's kind of acting like a stand to set everything on. It's working really good. Yeah, I can't complain at all about how this is done right here. This is burnt down really well. The rain is almost here now. It kind of slowed up a little bit, and I got majority of that on there, and I'm gonna let that burn down. Go stack mine up one more time, then I'll run back over here and throw what's left of that. That'll burn up really quick. That's done nice. I'm glad I hauled all those stumps off. That made a huge difference, not having to deal with all that in this brush, burning up just as good as you could ask for. it's starting to get kind of late in the evening now. This fire over here at the little forgotten pond is burnt down pretty good. Just trying to round everything up, get it chunked in there so that it will burn down. There's probably going to be some left of that big stump. There's not really a whole lot I can do about that, but yeah, trying to get everything put into the hole to burn down. So I can go ahead and grab what's left of these birch trees, throw them in here. That will burn down probably before I leave, and I can restack it. I'll probably come back over here tonight, give it one more, jab up there. And that can just kind of simmer down. It did start raining, so that was enough just to wet everything, make me feel a little bit more comfortable. It was actually starting to dry out a fair amount, but it still wasn't too bad. Just got to pick through this. This last little bit, it's got a lot of dirt, small sticks of pine straw. It'll take a little bit of time to sort through it, get the stuff out that'll burn, pile so much dirt on there. Catch up while I just kind of keep picking through this and getting the little pieces of logs and everything out, laying them in there. A couple little logs at a time, not going to really chuck it down too much. I feel like this video is going to have like 50 clips in it, but that's a wrap for over here at the pond site. Everything is in the pile. Starting to rain again. That'll burn down. I'll probably come back over here tonight in a couple hours once that burns down real good and just finish pushing everything down into the hole. But everything that is cleared is now in the pile burning, and I'll just have to wait till that dries out some and grade this out and spread that pile of dirt out. Let's go back over to the house and restack both of my piles. Oh, she's cooking now, so the pile is about cut in half. It was way out here, and I just restacked all that, trying to stay on the upwind side. And all the brush from up there is now all transferred down here and in the pile burning. And last but not least, stacking up my pile one more time before it gets dark. Just kind of keep condensing the pile in on itself. Everything's burning up really nice. It's amazing how much less stuff you have that won't burn when you kind of do it all yourself. And there's hardly any ashes right there. You don't have a lot of big stumps and or a lot of logging debris been pushed up. Stuff really burns well. And hardwood. Blowing in that direction, it would not push through this pile backwards. But I had just taken this stuff down last week, so I knew it was pretty green. Probably not the best side to set it on. Plus I'd already set that on fire once, so it kind of dried out a spot. I don't know if it helped or not, but it seemed to. Nice to see all this mess gone, and I can get started on the other side of the pond. Hopefully my fence guys can come and move the fence over here. Stacking this up.
Last video of the day. It's about to get dark and the rain is setting in pretty good, but that's all that's left from the big brush pile here on the pond site. All the other burn piles are down pretty good, but this was also a whole lot more here. So, I mean, you can see the machine, it's still a pretty good sized pile, but it's burning all the way through, and that'll burn down, and all I'll have to do is just stack up the edges there. That's a toasty one there.